Is the election scheduled to be held in a couple of weeks to elect a Congress president a fixed match? Why are we asking this question tonight? That's because Congress insiders say the establishment candidate, or to put it simply, the Gandhi choice for the election, is a dyed-in-the-wool Darbari called Mallikaurjan Kharge. In fact, Kharge has not just been the go-to man for Congress in the Lok Sabha, where the Parivar projected him as leader of the opposition, but also the man to defend the Gandhis in the National Herald case. Kharge will be up against Shashi Tharoor, but once again, insiders say that Tharoor is just making up the numbers to provide the fig leaf of legitimacy to the process that is fast turning into a selection rather than a bona fide election. And the pictures on your screens, viewers, do not lie. On your screens are the two Congress stalwarts filing their nomination papers for the election for the top post of the grand old party. On the one side, the entire Congress party top brass is seen standing in solidarity behind Kharge. And on the other side, barely recognizable second or third rung leaders are looking on as Tharoor virtually writes off his chances. Those are the pictures, viewers. Gaggle of media, gaggle of all sorts of top leaders with Kharge. And there's Shashi Tharoor with just a few nameless, faceless, quite frankly, unknown Congress leader. Now, viewers, this is therefore an election where the winner has already been called out. The pre-scripted nature of the contest, viewers, is apparent. Here is what Kharge has said, and here is what Dr. Tharoor is saying. Dr. Tharoor, who's already coming out and sounding defensive. Listen to them.
मैं यही अपील करूंगा सारे हमारे डेलीगेट्स जो वोटर्स हैं वो मेरे पक्ष में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बहुमत बनाकर मुझे जिताएंगे ये आशा करता हूं। मैं जो लड़ाई हमेशा लड़ते हुए आया हूं और लड़ना चाहता हूं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो उसूल हैं, जो आइडियोलॉजी है, उस आइडियोलॉजी के साथ मैं बचपन से जुड़ा हूं।
The Congress President has assured me that the Congress Party has no official candidate and that the Gandhi family will stay neutral in this race and that they welcome as many candidates coming forward as possible. In that spirit, I have put forward my candidacy. It is not disrespect to anybody. It is a friendly contest that's going to happen. And as far as I'm concerned, in that friendly contest, we should be able to work cooperatively as colleagues. We are not enemies, we are not rivals, we are colleagues, and what we are interested in.
Because I'm assured that the Gandhi family is going to play a neutral hand. Viewers, that might be a tall ask, given the fact that the Gandhi's go-to man is Mr. Kharge for pretty much everything. He probably knows all their secrets too. Now, viewers, don't expect the election of Kharge to loosen the Parivar's grip over the Congress party either. History has taught us that a non-Gandhi elected or selected for the top job turns out to be more loyal than the king. There are only two honorable exceptions, viewers, by and large, that have bucked this trend. S. Najalingappa and Jagjeevan Ram. But the others, viewers, have played a predictable part. K. Kamraj, President, 64 to 67, formed the syndicate to consolidate Indira's position. Very pliant. His job was to ensure that from Nehru, Indira took over the party. D.K. Barua, President, 1975 to 1977, 2 years, height of the emergency. He penned the sycophantic slogan, Indira is India. Remember that man, D.K. Barua. Sitaram Kesri, president from 96 to 98, said, "My tension is over today," when Sonia Gandhi decided to enter formal politics, viewers, and begin to take over the reins of the party. My tension is over means now I can go away into retirement, which he did, the poor man, because he had been given the onerous task of warming the seat till Sonia ji decided to take over the party. There is not an iota of doubt that the Gandhis have called the shots in the Congress. The family has held the top post the longest, 22 years. Sonia Gandhi has been Congress president. 45 years out of 74, Gandhis have been at the helm of the Congress. 40 years, Gandhis have been PMs in Congress governments at the center. 12 non-Gandhis have been Congress president and they didn't complete their full term. What does that tell you, viewers? What does that tell you? Let's open this up. Let's ask some questions. I've laid out the hard facts for you. Smita Prakash, who needs no introduction, editor of ANI, is with us. Smita Prakash, first give us an overview. What are we seeing here? Are we really seeing an honest-to-God, straight fight which is going to completely reform the party? Or are we just seeing the selection of a seat warmer who is going to continue the status quo and perhaps will be remote controlled?
I think you put it aptly, because Rahul, it's ending up becoming much ado about nothing. The Congress media in charge, Jairam Ramesh, a short while ago said, he imagined this indictment. He says whatever is happening in the Congress party, which he indicated, which means the presidential election, is a sideshow. And the real show is Bharat Jodo Yatra of Rahul Gandhi. How much more explicit can you get when you're dismissing a presidential election like this? Since the president of the Congress is not going to be a Gandhi, he's a pointless figurine. All due respect to Mallikaurjan Kharge for his age and his experience, but he's just a figurine. He's to be showcased if he is pliable and shelved if he has a mind or thought of his own. And Shashi Tharoor has a mind and thought of his own, so he will not be the candidate. He will either withdraw or he will lose, because it's not going to happen. Kharge ji, again I say with due respect to his seniority, he wasn't even consulted by his colleagues in his own state in Karnataka. The Karnataka top Congress people are with Rahul Gandhi, because that Bharat Jodo has entered Karnataka now. Nobody even knew that Kharge would be. Like 24 hours back, when you were conducting debates, what was it? It was supposed to be Digvijay Singh. Until this morning, it was supposed to be Digvijay Singh who was supposed to be the second candidate. And suddenly, his head is on the guillotine, he is off, and Kharge ji is in. Kharge ji's zone of influence has diminished to nothing more than 10 Janpath. He was sent to Jaipur, if you remember, earlier this week. He didn't even know that a coup is being hatched a couple of blocks away. He was the great guy who went to Punjab and delivered a dud out there. And he is supposed to bring in, octogenarian is supposed to take on the combined might of, in 2024, of Modi, Shah, Yogi, Himanta, Nadda, all these people who are organizational bigwigs, and everybody knows their skills, and this poor man is supposed to conduct this. Even if he is a seat warmer, he is not going to give anything. It's the coterie which decided to go for a safe candidate, and that's it.
And that's it. Let me bring in Sanjay Jha, who is I suppose at loggerhead still with the Congress. I don't know what your point of view is tonight, but look, if Jairam Ramesh says the election is a sideshow and the real show is Rahul Gandhi, who is parading through various parts of the country, then presumably the occupant of the top post, the putative either Kharge or Tharoor, if we are to insist that this is going to be a real, cracker of an election, is also irrelevant. Why should Rahul Gandhi, who is one of 10 general secretaries, be more important than the president? You were selling the president's post to Gehlot just a few days ago, saying, don't diminish this post by continuing to stick on to something like a chief ministerial job of a state, Mr. Jha. And here you have Jairam Ramesh now perhaps, putting out what we always suspected, that this election is a sideshow because the post itself is laughable. Doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Would you agree?
Well, Rahul, let me tell you that I partially agree with what you said and what even Smita has said. Now, Jairam happens to be a dear friend, but I need to kind of disagree with him here. In a political party, you multitask all the time. You have to do the Bharat Jodo Yatra. You have a very critical presidential election that will determine what's your political leadership for 2024 and beyond. You also got to be competing in the Gujarat and Himachal elections besides doing other sundry items. That's point number one. Point number two, and I want to be very categorical, Rahul, on your show, because I have been both a supporter of the Congress ideologically. I don't agree with many of the things that the party has done politically. I do believe it's a good step to do a democratic contest. So there is a democratic contest, but, and I think this is where your question becomes relevant, it is important to send out a message to the cadres of the Congress party, to the public at large who have voted for the Congress. There were still 12 crore people who voted for the Congress in the 2019 washout. There were still 12 crore people. And I think the Congress needs to send out a message that, listen, we are not going to interfere by actually propping up a candidate and therefore making Mr. Kharge look like a puppet. Now, let me tell you what the Congress needs to do here, and I hope they are watching the program. Both Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul need to categorically state, not through interlocutors, not through a general secretary, that the AICC delegates must vote on their conscience. And I will be blunt on your show. I believe on an overall comparison, with due respects to Mr. Kharge's age and contribution and CV, Shashi Tharoor actually ticks all the right boxes to be a potential Congress president. I do know he's going to face a formidable challenge. I do that. But I agree with you completely that if the Congress,
so Sanjay Jha, rarely that you agree with me. So before it goes sideways, let me move beyond you. Let me move beyond you and get in the BJP. But before that, I also want to bring in our viewers, because this channel, viewers, is our family, as you know. And I love to hear from you. And it is important that I get your opinion on this show. We're all one family. It's our channel. So Vinod calling in from Palakkad. Good evening, Mr. Vinod. Go ahead with your point of view, sir. Do you think this election is going to completely reform the Congress?
See, Rahul, I would like to convey one simple message. In the circus ring, they have only 4 or 5 people and everybody is on defense. So this is what is going to be the fate of Congress. Okay. So whatever Shashi Tharoor is not appealed, I appeal to the Congress people and all the PCC members for your survival and for the survival of a fittest opposition. Select Tharoor, not an 80-year-old guy. He is not going to contribute, even he cannot walk for 1 kilometer. Okay. This is what is my view.
Okay. Well, another Times Now family member, Rajmohan, is calling in from Chennai. Mr. Rajmohan, if you can hear me, please go ahead tonight. Good evening.
Yes, sir. This is a clear mockery of the situation, and always Congress does this. You know, Shashi Tharoor will be a misfit because he is an independent thinker, and he does not is not going to be a puppet of this mother and son duo. And of course, Kharge is a big puppet of this family, and I don't know how far he is going to be accepted as a national leader.
Okay.
This Congress party can only be strengthened. It should throw out both the mother and son. Okay. Well, then only they can do something. Otherwise, this party is totally in a mess, and it is going to be Congress Mukt Bharat soon.
Okay. Well, we need a strong opposition. So pay attention to Mr. Rajmohan. Mr. Manoj, another family member of Times Now, is calling in. Mr. Manoj, go ahead, sir, with your point of view. Calling in from Chennai this evening. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi, Rahul.
Hi. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, we can hear you. Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I can, clearly. Just lower the fader of your, the volume of your TV and you can speak to us. No problems. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'll do that. Now, don't you think this is just a farce being played on our country? I mean, with the real people who
Well, sir, if Sanjay Jha can agree with me on this point, that means we're saying something right here. All of us. The Times Now family has probably got its finger on the pulse. The Congress doesn't. Maybe it's deliberate. Let me just bring in Sanju Verma. And I also want to bring in Lokesh Jindal right after. Sanju Verma, look, the Congress says, and there might be some truth to this, so do pay attention. The Congress says it's very well for the BJP to take pot shots at us. But when was the last time anyone filed a nomination paper for the presidential poll in the BJP? So why are you taunting us tonight? Straightforward question. Sanju Verma ji.
I will give a straightforward answer to your very pointed question with no ifs or buts whatsoever.
Point number one, anybody with a basic understanding of Indian polity knows that there's a core committee and there's a parliamentary board which was recently reshuffled a couple of weeks back, which are the apex decision-making bodies within the BJP. And without getting into this whole debate of election versus selection, I just want to say one thing which will put the entire thing in its proper perspective. JP Nadda recently got a second term. Before JP Nadda, the national president of BJP was Amit Shah. Before Amit Shah, it was Rajnath Singh. Before Rajnath Singh, it was Nitin Gadkari. Before Nitin Gadkari, it was Rajnath Singh again. And prior to that, it was LK Advani. So the limited point I'm trying to make is that the post of national president in the BJP is not a handout. It's not a family legacy that somebody can inherit. It is a merit-based system which eventually delivers the shots within BJP right from choosing candidates for panchayat, local body elections, Lok Sabha candidates to who will be the national president. And I just want to say one thing. Did anybody know who would be Amit Shah's successor? Did anyone know prior to Lok Sabha 2014 who would be Rajnath Singh's successor? Did anyone know who would be Nitin Gadkari's successor prior to Rajnath Singh stepping in? So I think in politics, having that element of surprise is very important. Within the Congress, let truth be told.
Sanju Verma,
let truth be told.
Look at the surprises coming from the Congress camp. First we thought it was Gehlot. Now we still don't know. Someone might withdraw. So, I mean, I'm sure you're not saying that the very fact that there are surprises means that there is inner-party democracy. Smita Prakash, what do you make of this? Are most political parties in this country democratic at the organizational level, or, there are shades?
May I just make my point, please? Can I just finish in 10
Okay,
seconds,
Sanju, finish your point. Yeah,
Thank
okay,
you.
Finish it.
The limited point I'm trying to make is this. Whether it is Shashi Tharoor or whether it is Mallikaurjan Kharge, who apparently now as things seem to look, it's the foregone conclusion that he will step in as the next Congress president. I just want to say one thing.
Okay.
Today, while Smita Prakash spoke about the sideshow thing and very aptly pointed out that, how Jairam Ramesh himself has made, so little about what is supposedly an important election for the Congress.
Okay.
What did Rahul Gandhi say today? He said, ये आंधी रुकने वाली नहीं है.
Okay.
राहुल गांधी जी, ये आंधी आपकी कांग्रेस की सरकार को अंधकार में डुबो चुकी है. राजस्थान में, छत्तीसगढ़ में भी आंधी आने वाली है.
Okay. Well, the BJP today having a lot of fun at the Congress's expense, whether it's justified or not. Smita Prakash, 30 seconds. I have with us another Times Now viewer and family member, as I like to call all Times Now viewers, Sandeep from Ghaziabad. So let me just quickly hear from Sandeep ji and Kishan, Mumbai. Sandeep, please go ahead. Good evening.
Rahul, good evening. You see, it's such a sorry state of affairs as Congress is concerned. The party who introduced democracy to this country today is struggling to prove that there is internal democracy in the party.
Okay, very good point. What a fantastically well-articulated point. Smita Prakash, over to you very quickly. And I want to bring in Lokesh Jindal and Geroge Kurian right after.
Look, there's no one type of internal democracy in India as far as political parties is concerned. But no party runs on absolute democratic grounds. Okay. But the Congress is pointing to the other parties and saying, hey, we have a democracy. Okay. And now they're going through this Mughal-e-Azam. That's what Sanju had pointed out.
Okay,
just to add to that, Rahul, since 1978, you've only had two non-Gandhi family persons as president. And in 44 years, only two Gandhi. Two Gandhi, non-Gandhis.
Geroge Kurian, very quickly, is this a Mughal-e-Azam, yes or no? Very quickly, sir, I've really run out of time. I have 1 minute on the show. Geroge Kurian. Mughal-e-Azam, yes, no?
Well, before coming to that, Rahul, I don't understand what is this whole who and cry about the entire Congress party's national election all about. You have to appreciate the fact that, Congress has taken this initiative of doing the elections in a democratic way.
Okay. Well, at least if appearances count, then they're putting in an appearance. Lokesh Jindal, very quickly, sir. 30 seconds.
Sir, I would like to answer what Sanju Verma claimed. Now the process has been so transparent. There has been a clear list of 99,100 delegates who are eligible to vote. And in fact, Kharge Saab, he has been the favorite because he has come up with 14 nominations. And then
the process has been so transparent that each one of the requests to file nomination, the papers were scrutinized by their chief election commissioner, Sonia Gandhi. That's how transparent it has been. I leave it at this. Look, we can all mock the Congress tonight, viewers, but let me tell you that intra-party democracy remains a checkered record in this country. People can put a spin on it, but they're just varying degrees of it. Let me tell you that. I'll leave it at this, viewers, for you to decide. Thank you very much for watching. The news are up next.